everybody and welcome back to another trip report. Today I'm here at the very exciting Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport at Terminal 2 or the International Terminal, and today I'm going to be flying Cathay Pacific for the very first time on board a Boeing 777 from here in Melbourne up to Hong Kong. Okay, so now just here inside the terminal, I did check online and I believe that Cathay's check-in desk is at section C, which is just over there. Let's just have a look at the board. That's my flight up there, CX178 to Hong Kong. Counter N to O. Okay, so I've just arrived at check-in section N and O, and the situation seems to be, I don't know if they actually have kiosks. Maybe they'll open it at section K, like Cathay Pacific said, but this looks to be a self-check-in and bag drop area. There's no staff over there, which I think needs to be the case, so we can't drop our bags yet, but I think we can print boarding passes at these self-check-in kiosks. Either way, it's a lot more automated than having to go in a line and everything. There does appear to be some people that have got it working though, so yeah, I suppose I'll keep you updated, but this appears to be the check-in here with Cathay Pacific. By the way, I'm about 3.5 hours before departure, so I wasn't expecting check-in to be open just yet. Only about 5 minutes later, they've opened some bag drop places, and so there's a lot of people here. But yeah, so here's a check-in kiosk. I managed to find one after a good few minutes, but some of them seem to be a bit faulty, so yeah, I'll let you know how it goes once I've checked in. Okay, so the check-in process is completed. I have my boarding pass, and I actually have a connecting flight onwards from Hong Kong. Unfortunately not staying there this time, so I'm checked through all the way there. So basically what happened is the self-check-in kiosk didn't work for me. It just gave me an error and said to go to the desk. So that's exactly what I did. I went to the business class desk, just because it was a small line and I thought I might be able to get through there, because the other said bag drop, that one said check-in, so I went there. She said she was happy to take me even though I didn't have priority. So yeah, she was very friendly. She checked us all the way through, as I said, and apparently it's a completely full flight today up to Hong Kong. Okay, so now let's head down here and go through security. Okay, now Airside at Melbourne Tullamarine. Wow, that was so quick. That literally took me, I think, approximately 5 minutes. My grandfather does have Qantas Gold, so that helped us in the security line, but it's all completely automated and the passport stuff is great too. So going to do some plane spotting and head to the Qantas lounge, once again thanks to my amazing granddad's Qantas Gold. Now we're here at the Melbourne Airport duty free. By the way, Melbourne Airport is really hustling and bustling. It's to the end of the school term. It's on a Thursday, tomorrow's Good Friday, so yeah, it's a very busy time, and I haven't actually been here since everything's really properly reopened. Okay, so just opposite gate 5, here's all of the lounges. This is very strange. The house lounge is further back that way, but yeah, let's go down here and find where in the world the Qantas Club is. Here's the Singapore Airlines lounge. It's just at the bottom of the stairs and to the left. Okay, so welcome to the Qantas International Business Lounge here in Melbourne. Unfortunately, there's no real window views, but it's a very peaceful and quiet lounge, that's why I'm whispering a bit. But yeah, there's lots of seating options and places to charge your devices. Now let's have a look at the food offerings. We have bread rolls and some bread, a little cake of some sort here, some butter, Just boiling water. Not sure what that's for. Here's the buffet menu, you can pause and read. Some rice, curry or soup of some sort. Here's salad, a little roll with some salad and cheese and stuff. Some cheeses. There's some cold meats, some sauces, tomatoes and more sauces, and just other random stuff like that. And then some chips here. So, yeah. And then just over here, we have some cordials and some alcoholic spirits. And here's some nuts and air dispensers, some wine. There's lemonade and mineral water. And some beer. Overall, I'd say this is genuinely, I've only ever been to one other international lounge, and it's the Air New Zealand one, also here in Melbourne. I'll be honest, I don't remember entirely what was there, but I think it's pretty similar. But as far as I'm aware, compared to other international lounges, such as the Silvercrest Lounge or the Cathay Lounge in Hong Kong, it's on the more average side, but it's still not too bad, and pretty solid offering. The Qantas Lounge here in Melbourne, that's the International Business Lounge, by the way. There's also no one manning the barista coffee, but there's some lollies here, licorice, and yeah. Also, since it's almost Easter, they had little Easter eggs at the desk where you check into the lounge. Okay, so now just leaving the Qantas Lounge to go and see our plane arriving. Might come back if I feel like a drink or something. This is very confusing. Okay, it's up here. So to summarise the lounge, it was a very average lounge experience, I'll be honest. Look, in the lounge itself, it's a pretty solid space, just spread out, but I didn't show the shower rooms, but there are shower rooms. I do apologise for not showing that, sorry. Maybe another time. But yeah, I mean, look, there's just little things like there not being any staff at the barista place and there not being any water in the water dispensers, which made it harder to make some drinks and everything. But yeah, it was overall a solid lounge experience, but it certainly wasn't anything to get there really early for, sorry. But yeah. Okay, so my plane for today is just pulling in here on the left side of the screen. My plane for today is Bravo Hotel November Romeo. It's a Boeing 777-300ER, delivered brand new to Cathay Pacific in 2015. It was briefly changed to a freighter variant of the, I think it had 40 business class and some freight in 2021, and was reconfigured to the regular layout in towards the end of 2021, I believe. This should be my ride up to Hong Kong. It was also switched from an A350, which it was when I first booked it. I believe that's usually peak season. You don't normally get a 777 on this route. This lady's holding up signs of where to go. There's a lot of people here.
Pacific Flight 6178 to Hong Kong.
Hi. Beautiful 777 nose. Sorry. Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone beside?
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard Cathay Pacific's 777-300ER. Seats in business class are in a 121 layout. across 23 rows. And here's premium economy, which seems like it's spread across 4 rows, and yeah, it ends at row 33. And oh no, this is economy class. Economy class is laid out in a bit less favourable 343 layout, as opposed to some older 777s like the Thai Airways 777-300, which is in a 333. Nice to be international again. My seat for today is 62A. Nice back of the wing view. On the seat comes a little blanket here and a pillow, which is actually nice and soft and made with really nice fabric. Welcome aboard the Cathay Pacific 777-300ER, seat 62A. Now let's go through the seat features. Okay, so it's very nice to be on a long-haul aircraft again. Legroom on this aircraft is a solid 32 inches or 81 centimetres. It's pretty good. It's better than the Qantas A330, which also operates this route, but it's also nothing really good. There's a mini seatback pocket here for what looks to be headphones. There's some headphones provided. It's the blanket and pillow, as I mentioned earlier. Then here's the safety card. There's nothing else in here, so you can store some of your personal items. And then just here you have the tray table, which you can pull down. It's foldable, so you can pull it back like this, or you can have it half extended. It's also been cleaned recently, in fact probably during the layover, so that's very nice. So there are a cup slot here, you can pull it back a fair bit and push it in. Then if you put this up, which isn't exactly easy, then you can pull this little device holder thing here. So you can put your device here, put your phone or something in there, and there's a little cup holder here, so you can put a cup, which is good if you don't want to have your tray table down. Then here we have the IFE, which I'll go through later. It's a pretty good size, and here's the headphone jack and USB outlet, and there's also the universal power outlet, which is very cool. And also on the sides of the seats, here is a coat hook. I'm trying to think, there's so many nice little gadgets on this aircraft. Here's the headrest, which you can put up a lot and down quite a lot as well, which is good for a short knee. You can adjust the sides here very nicely, and it's nice leather. There's also nice seat fabric. So yeah, there's no double seatback padding, but it's pretty thick. Here's the recline. You can recline a very long way. It's about a whole seat width. Overall, I would say it's a really good seat here from Cathay Pacific. Seat width isn't the best just because of the 343 layout, but it's still a fabulous seat. Seat features are really good, and the headrest and everything about the seat is very, very good. The only thing that could be improved would be double seat back padding and 333 layout, but it's not something that you can expect even from an airline like Cathay Pacific.
Okay. Hello everyone, can you please take a seat as we are about to close the aircraft stop departure on ground for service with the aircraft. Thank you. This is your captain speaking. On behalf of all our crew, I would like to welcome you on board this Cathay Pacific Flight CX-1778 to Hong Kong. We are all ready to go. Just waiting for a few more paperwork. And once we get going, the flight time today is 8 hours, 34 minutes. Serving you in the cabin, your in-flight service manager is Eddie. Eddie will soon be showing you a safety briefing, and as the briefing contains some very important information, I would like you to pay particular attention. And during the flight, as there's always a chance of unexpected turbulence, I would like you to keep your seatbelt fastened even when the seatbelt sign is off. I won't disturb you during the flight for your rest, and I will call you again an hour before touchdown to update you on arrival time and weather. And at the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy the Cathay Pacific service. Thank you. Mongolian Airline, Qatar Airways, and Swiss International Airlines. Your members, it's a pleasure to see you again. We're looking forward to taking care of you during the flight. Thank you. 各位朋友晚安。
喺本來登記機艙位經理 Eddie，咁就嗰個國泰航空職嘅全組機艙服務員，歡迎乘搭國泰航空 CX-178-300ER 航班前往香港。On the safety demonstration deck.
Cabin crew just gave out menus. We have to share them between some seat neighbours. I think 2 per row, or maybe you get 3 if you're in the middle with the 4 seats. But yeah, looks pretty nice to me.
From the moment you begin your journey, we're here to make the experience effortlessly smooth and enjoyable. To watch our video.
由而家開始，我哋會展開一段舒適、稱心嘅飛行旅程。請用幾分鐘留意呢段短片，因為你嘅安全對我哋嚟講係好重要。
If you're traveling with hand luggage or large items, make sure they're stored in the overhead compartments.
可以將細件嘅物件放喺前面嘅座位下。
Cabin crew, please prepare door for departure and cross-check, please. Thank you.
This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking or using e-cigarettes anywhere in the aircraft is against the law.
呢班係禁煙航班，喺機艙任何地方吸煙或使用電子煙都係屬於違法。
Your seatbelt fastens and unfastens like this. To adjust it, pull the strap until tight. We all
當套上安全帶嘅燈號亮起，
Qantas Pride is in the air livery.
安全帶，小心吹氣。救生衣上面附有哨子同燈。
If needed, our crew will provide life jackets for children and inflatable cots for babies.
如果有需要，機艙服務員會提供兒童救生衣或嬰兒浮床。
If there's an emergency or you hear the phrase brace, brace, adopt the position shown in your safety card.
緊急情況下，或者聽見 brace brace， 請根據安全指示卡做出保護自己嘅姿勢。
The escape path lighting switches on automatically during an emergency. Please follow the crew's instructions and go to the nearest exit.
緊急情況下，逃生路線嘅照明系統會自動亮起。請遵照機艙服務員嘅指示，到最近嘅逃生出口。
Our crew is pointing out the exits now.
機艙服務員正為你指示逃生出口。
Please take a look at your safety card for what to do in the unlikely event of an emergency.
請旅途愉快。Cabin crew coming around to give out Hong Kong immigration forms. Don't need one of them today. Since I've been here, I've seen 3 Emirates aircraft, 2 A380s and that one 777 while I'm here.
So let's have a quick look at the in-flight menu since they just turned the lights on, so that'll probably get started soon. Let's turn on the overhead light. By the way, there's no overhead air vents. Coming around with water now. Here's the menu. So we have prosciutto and mixed grain salad, bread and butter with everything. And then we, hold on, getting water bottles. Anyways, got my nice big NU water bottle. So here's the options. We have herb roasted chicken with lemon butter sauce, vegetables and creamy polenta. Stir fried seafood with chili garlic sauce, mixed vegetables and steamed jasmine rice. Penne pasta with basil tomato sauce, roasted vegetables and parmesan breadcrumbs. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna. Actually, I'll probably go for the pasta. And then to finish, we get ice cream and tea or coffee. Then for breakfast, which will be served presumably an hour or so out of Hong Kong, seasonal fresh fruits, fruit yogurt, fruit yogurt. I assume bakery is separate. Delicious. Fruit preserve and butter. I'm not sure what that fruit preserve means. Served with, and this is like the main breakfast thing, bell pepper and potato frittata, chicken chipolata, sausage, creamed spinach, and Boston baked beans. Fish and mushroom congee is the other option. And then to finish, tea and coffee once again. Here's drinks I think are available whenever. Non-alcoholic, soft drinks, juices, tea, coffee. Yep, there you go. And there it is in presumably either Chinese or Cantonese. So, yeah. Overall, I love that they hand out paper menus. It's just a really nice touch, and it's not even just like a simple piece of paper. It's presented nicely and it's foldable. So it's a nice little touch, but it's the little things that count. So well done, Cathay Pacific. So far, very good impressions. I was just checking out the Wi-Fi, just I was assumed that there wasn't free Wi-Fi. There's not, but actually I think $19 for the full flight. It's not really cheap, but it's actually a pretty solid price, especially for a 9-hour flight. So, yeah. And the fact that they do have it is also a pretty nice thing. However, I would expect it for a so-called 5-star airline like Cathay Pacific. Okay, so the cabin crew just came around to hand out the meal service. So here's what we have. I'll go through in a second. I just want to quickly note, I do appreciate them giving a little paddle pop on the side. I would have appreciated it though if they gave it about 20 minutes after this, because it's going to get melted by the time I get through all of this. Anyways, so yeah, I have this little prosciutto grain salad thing, some butter for this bread roll, which is nice and soft, a dairy milk chocolate from Cadbury. I opted for a Sprite. There was orange juice, Coca-Cola, and alcoholic beverages available as well, and I think they'll come around with tea and coffee later. And I opted for the pasta today, so let's have a look at what that looks like. Okay, and here's the pasta. Looks very nice. I'll let you know how it is once I've tried it. Overall, a pretty good meal service from Cathay Pacific. This does look a little bit small in terms of portion size, but I'll let you know because there's still lots of other stuff to go with it. So overall, I think it's a pretty solid meal from Cathay Pacific. But the most telling thing is how it tastes. So I'll get back to you in a little bit. Here's my paddle pop. I'm going to have a bit of this now. Haven't had one of these in a long time. Pretty nice. And thankfully not too melted yet. I think they were pretty frozen when they came out. Update on the pasta. Pasta's actually very tasty and a good portion actually. And maybe that's just because I had a mini snack in the lounge. This grain salad is okay. Prosciutto's also average, but does the job. Haven't tried the bread roll or this yet. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying the service and the overall experience on Cathay very much. Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Cathay Pacific loo. Let's check it out, I suppose. First up, haven't been in an international loo for a long time, so lots and lots of leg space, which is nice. There's lotion, soap, hand wash, something like that. There's a bin here. It's been a little bit of turbulence here and there during the flight, but not too much. Little cups. Doesn't do anything. And then just some tissues, paper towel, change table. Not sure what that noise is for. And then you have a big old coat hook. Overall, it's a really sizable room. It's pretty clean considering how it's but it is only almost 2 hours into the flight. I'm going to come back in here and brush my teeth actually in a bit, and then I'll see if I can get some rest. But yeah, it's a solid loo. So yeah. Okay, so getting some extremely minor bumps now. I think we're 2 hours into the flight now. Actually, maybe a little bit more than that. I was just about to have a little bit of a rest, but then I got worried that I was going to forget to show you guys the in-flight entertainment. So let's go all the way back. I was just looking for myself, but as you can see here, let's have a look at all of the movies. By the way, it's very responsive and it's available in a few different languages, but there's a lot of movies. Like, really a pretty crazy amount. I don't think this is looping. Must be. Okay, I think there's so many movies. There we go, I've officially made it to the end of the movies. That is a ridiculous amount of movies, and I just, honestly, I kind of hope. I'm not sure. I don't think that included TV shows. Wow, that is Cathay Pacific. Maybe I'm just misjudging the amount. Here's the TV shows. This is all in English. Cathay Pacific, that is an incredible amount of movies. So overall, in terms of the movies and TV shows, I am incredibly impressed with Cathay Pacific, unless I'm drastically misjudging it. Look, I'll be honest, I haven't been on a whole lot of really long haul flights like this, but I'm still pretty sure. I don't know if it's the best in the world. In fact, it's probably not. What I can say is there is a very large selection of movies to choose between here on board Cathay Pacific. There's also lots of different things that you can listen to. I don't really feel like going through it because there's so much stuff. And then here's the in-flight map. So it's actually interactive, which is cool. It actually shows the Cathay Pacific 777 in the new livery, so that's pretty accurate and cool. So where are we? We're currently flying over, I think, just west of Mount Isa, near the Queensland NT border actually. Coming up here into Hong Kong, about 6 hours. If you press this, then you can see our cruising altitude at the moment is 32,000 feet. You can switch between metric and imperial measurements. Overall, I'd say it's a really, really good in-flight entertainment system from Cathay Pacific. There's also some games, including chess, which you can play with seatmates or just anyone else on the plane. So yeah, there's also cameras, but I'll show you that when we land, since there's absolutely nothing to see out there right now. Anyways, I think it's now about time that I get some rest. So yeah, I suppose I'll see you in the morning. Okay, so good morning from the Cathay Pacific Boeing 777-300. We're in the skies above the Philippines, as you can see here. I kind of woke up 15 minutes ago. I think I slept only for about an hour. Seats are pretty comfy to sleep, but it's actually quite hot in the cabin for sleeping conditions, at least for me and for some other passengers anyway. So yeah, that's not ideal, and since there's no overhead air vents, that's a bit difficult. Just due to a wide range of reasons, I didn't have a great sleep on today's flight. But that's okay. Yeah, the cabin crew are making preps to bring around the breakfast service soon. So that'll probably come around about 2 hours before touchdown in Hong Kong. So yeah. Otherwise, it's a couple of bumps here and there, but nothing much. Otherwise, it's a bit of a quiet and smooth flight with Cathay Pacific. Okay, so the friendly cabin crew just came around and gave me my brekkie about half an hour since the last clip. So first off, we have a nice little soft bread roll here, and then we have I opted for the sausage and frittata. So I've sausage and frittata, spinach, potato, and baked beans. There's a little tub of fruit here, as well as strawberry yogurt and strawberry jam and butter to go with the bread roll. There were juices, tea, coffee, water and that kind of stuff available. I opted for a tea, and I also asked for an orange juice as well. So overall, in terms of quantity, I think it's a solid breakfast offering from Cathay Pacific. However, I must say, I'm not too sure how this is going to be, because the potato looks a bit average, but I'll let you know. But 2 meals in itself is not too bad from Cathay, because Singapore Airlines, though their flights are 90 minutes shorter to and from Australia, they don't offer more than one meal. They only offer one meal on board their flights from Singapore to Australia. So yeah. Anyways, I'll tuck in and I'll let you know what it tastes like. In the little cutlery plastic kit thing, it also comes in an antiseptic towelette, as Cathay Pacific call it, which is nice. Okay, so the sun has risen, and what a beautiful view to wake up to out there. The view's very bright, but probably a bit nicer on the other side where the sun's rising from, but it's still some beautiful colours, and the incredible 777 wing out there as well. But yeah, by the way, to summarise the meal, breakfast was very average. Sausage was fine, beans were quite good, but the frittata was average, and the potatoes were completely bland. But yeah, and then the fruit in like the little thing, the little tub, it's tub fruit, it's fine. Yogurt's good, and so is the bread roll. So overall, to sum up the breakfast, I would say that it's a solid service, and I'm glad that we do get breakfast, but it's certainly nothing to get super excited about. Anyways, just going to enjoy this beautiful view, and we should be landing in Hong Kong in about an hour.
Air traffic control, we expect to land in Hong Kong at the local time 6:50 in Friday morning. There's a 2-hour time change between Melbourne and Hong Kong. The local time right now in Hong Kong is at 6 p.m. again, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for choosing Cathay Pacific. I'd like to see you on board again very soon. Cabin crew, 30 minutes landing. Still your table and store your hand baggage with items and larger devices such as laptops. Personal electronic devices must be switched off outside the airplane mode, and we will let you know when and everything to switch them on again. Thank you.
Okay, so just descending through the clouds here. We're descending through 7,600 feet according to the IFE. I think it's now about time that I do a conclusion of today's trip report. My journey started off at Melbourne Tullamarine, where after about 5 minutes of a lot of people waiting at the self-check-in kiosks at Section O, they opened some desks and the kiosks so we could check in. The staff there were very friendly and helpful when the kiosks weren't working because they were being temperamental with a lot of people, I think, today. So that was good. I checked through all the way to my end destination, which that report's actually probably already out, so check that out on my channel. The lounge at Melbourne is really underwhelming. The Qantas Business Lounge. It's fine, it does the job, but it's really nothing special. Boarding process. Hold on, it's focusing on the dirt. Well then, hopefully that gets better in a second. But the boarding process was a little bit messy, but we actually kind of got stuck in a little area at the front. They let us through, so we were on first to board, which was really nice. And then once we were in the plane, I was walked by a very nice seat and some friendly crew. So yeah, seat features are absolutely amazing. Once we're in the air, the dinner service was pretty good, better than the breakfast, that's for sure. And my pasta was pretty tasty, and it was overall pretty good portion and pretty tasty. So that's all good. The crew didn't come around to offer tea or coffee like it said on the menu afterwards, however. But yeah, they weren't the most friendly crew I've ever had. They're friendly, but they also did keep to themselves for most of the flight apart from meal service. So yeah, and looks like it's quite cloudy in Hong Kong too. And the breakfast was average at best. So yeah, and we're going to be touching down in Hong Kong Checkin International Airport just under 10 minutes early, so that's good. But yeah, my overall conclusion would be that Cathay Pacific is a spectacular airline. It provides really, really good. The seat is probably the best part about Cathay Pacific in my opinion. The food is solid, the crew are pretty nice, and it's overall just a pretty reliable product. So if you're looking to fly from Melbourne to Hong Kong, you'll have the option at the moment. Hopefully it might be a new airline, maybe when Greater Bay Airlines get the Dreamliners, hopefully they'll start flying to Melbourne. But for now it's just Qantas on the A330s and Cathay here 2 or 3 times daily on the A350, 900 and 1000 normally. During peak season they occasionally swap the A350s out for a 777. It costs about the same price, but based off that, I still think Cathay is a slightly better option than the likes of Qantas. But I guess it's up to you, and yeah, otherwise, enjoy this beautiful landing. I'm very excited to be landing in Hong Kong finally. I've heard a lot about the airport and look forward to checking it out myself. welcome to Hong Kong.
Everyone, welcome to Hong Kong. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Be careful when opening the engine compartment as items sit down before out. Please also check that you have all your personal belongings before leaving the aircraft. You may now switch on your personal electronic devices with cellular function. For passengers who connecting flights on Cathay Pacific, please reserve time for security checks and arrive at the boarding gate at least 30 minutes before departure to avoid disruption to your travel plan. The connecting flight information is available from your personal TV or our ground staff on arrival. And it has been a pleasure looking after you and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you for flying Cathay Pacific, member of the One World Alliance. 各位乘客歡迎嚟到香港，為安全起見，請留喺座位並負責安全帶扣上條線，扣上安全帶。
Possibly the longest taxi possible here at this Hong Kong airport. Oh, and here's the Sky Bridge.
Cabin crew, please prevent override. Contact dispatcher.
Bye bye. See ya. You're okay. Here's premium economy. Get some nice photos. Oh, and here is the Cathay Pacific 777 business class. Thank you, see ya. Okay, I think now, since I've got to go through transit security and I have a tight connection, it's about time for me to do my outro. So first of all, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video. A like and subscription if you enjoyed would be very much appreciated, but it's not necessary nor expected. Check out my website if you like at aviation763.com for information on coming flights and easier navigation to certain airlines trip reports.
Yes, turn left, please. Turn left, follow the yellow signage.
Okay, thank you. Check out my Instagram if you like at aviation763_ for some cool live photos of where I'm going, and also just some the occasional poll and some cool photos that I post. Then last but most certainly not least, thank you to all my incredible Patreons who help to make these videos possible. Your support is so much appreciated. I couldn't do what I do without you, so thank you very much to them. Their names are on the screen now. Okay, I'm just completely distracted. Been wanting to come to this airport for a long time. Anyways, if you haven't already watched the video I'm pretty sure I'm putting it out. I'm flying Cathay's A330. In case it's not, I'm not going to say where it's to, but yeah, check that out as well if you haven't already. Anyways, one last time, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in my next one.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Hong Kong. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off.